Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, rugby fans far and wide, welcome to the very first historic Happiness is Live podcast with me, your host, Bruce Aitchison from Happiness is Egg-Shaped, and do we have a kickoff for you? I have no idea where this is going. I've got a tiny idea where it's come from, but I am very excited. Sunday night, Gordy Reid. You got to follow the guy on social media. He is social media gold. Posts a video saying he wants to do some good. He wants to raise some pennies and he wants to do good for as many people as he can. I send him a message. Gordy, if you need any help, let me know. 30 seconds later, my phone goes. 25 minutes later, I'm roped in. So is big handsome Sean from Fill Your Boots, who's backstage pushing the buttons and pulling the strings to make sure this works. And in the last 3 days, we have never been off the phone to Gordy Reid. We are now sending voice messages instead of typing WhatsApp messages, and it has been hilarious every single time without fail. And up until about 45 seconds ago, we had no idea where Gordy Reid was. But he's here. I promise he's here. So let's bring in the man himself, the star of the show, the one, the only, the handsome, the bonkers, Mr. Gordy Reid. Gordy, is that your belly button? Oh, there we go. Hello. Yeah, very well. Gordy Reid, you are some man. You make me look like a selective mute.
Yeah, just ripped, good looking. Just that kind of guy, you know. Bald, you know, just
bald is beautiful.
Out. Yeah, bald is
beautiful. Yeah.
You're right. Just drinking my casual iron brew.
Oh, bit of product placement. The most recent podcast, I just had a wee scroll through the comments just to see what abuse I was getting, and somebody said I didn't know Keith Wood had a twin brother. So we've got two top quality front rowers on the screen, Keith Wood and Gordy Reid.
Yep, that's it. I heard what you said. Oh, you didn't know where Gordy was earlier, but I'll tell you, I was down the stairs. Because I'm upstairs just now in my, I'll just say, storage room. The wife would kill me for me saying this, but anyway, I was down the stairs making her steak and veg. So it was like only the best in the Reid household. And the fire alarm went off. So I'm like flapping towels, and I'm like, and it's going woo 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 woo, and I'm like, oh no, the kids are crying. The wife is going mental. She's like, you've got this live at 7 o'clock. You need to get there. So I'm wafting faster. So I'm absolutely sweating buckets. And I've just chucked her steaks in the oven. I'm like, there you go. They're in the oven. Fire away. Well, so I was like sprinting up the stairs. So well I'm beading a bit. I'm beading. Stuart Yule from Scotland Squad. He'll be loving me because I'm beading. So I patting myself down.
It's class to see you, and the last 3 days have been absolutely hilarious. We've had a fair bit of banter. What are you up to just now? Where are you? What are you doing?
Just in my room chatting to yourself. What am I doing? Well, what's anybody doing? You know what I mean? We're stuck in the house. We're in lockdown, waiting for Big Nick to give the green light to go. And yeah, Boris Johnson to make his muck-ups. So I don't know what we're doing, you know, just kind of chilling. I was waiting for a club, and yeah, I'm just kind of weighing things up. I'm doing a bit of training, starting my own business, doing a bit of French polishing, a bit of antique restoration, a bit of floor restoration, a bit of window spraying, you know, just all that, dabbling quite a few things.
Skillful man. We've got a comment in already for Dunky Wilson. Dunky Wilson, Gordy, who is some man. He's a fundraiser as well. He does heaps for charity. He's also a fireman, so he's commenting 999. He would have been there to help you.
The firemen's are rubbish in here. I've already rescued a guy for a burning house anyway. So yeah, I mean, I've got loads of experience. So,
but you rescued the guy and he ran away.
He ran away and then found out he was actually trying to break into the house. So I rescued the guy because he was a narcissist. So I actually rescued him from the burning house, and then he's away off down the street with all the valuables. So
are you now an accomplice?
Well, just waiting for the lawyer letter to come through, and we'll see what happens. I've got a good lawyer, but it was fine. Got a good lawyer.
I love it. So, Gordy, we know you as Gordy Reid, the rugby player, and anybody that follows you on social media, we laugh and we can see that you love life. Now, what I want to know is who in the changing room was your sidekick? Who do you bounce off? Who is your mate?
I had quite a few mates. I had quite a few. Like being at Glasgow at the time was John Welsh. He always knew where to put me in my place. He would always be like, "Oh, you fat," and then I would be like, "That's how we do. We're messages. It's like you're right, you fat." And that's it. So, that's John Welsh. Would I say he's definitely full of comedy. Kind of reminded me a wee bit like Kevin Bridges. Just he's witter. He's banter. Everything was just to a point. So it's quite funny to see him in the Genj at the weekend. So,
you would have been right behind him there, I think.
Just these things happen. You can't say these things in live TV or live shows. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people out there.
Me in trouble? Did you be getting me in trouble?
No, not at all. No, me. I'm not that kind of guy.
What was it like being doing at London Irish?
See, to be honest, I absolutely loved it. Loved being down there. Great bunch of boys. Like my wife didn't like it the first year. My wife was down there for the first year. Then she came back up the road. Papped her up the road. I was like, "On you go." So no, she came back up the road because she didn't really like it down in London. I was down there for a year myself, which was tough. It was tough going, but I loved every minute of it. Loved every minute of it down there. I loved how everything was just on your doorstep. Like literally, walked in the corner, KFC. Walked in the corner there, Mackie D's. Walked in the corner, Burger King. And then you've got a Subway and a Greg's in the same place. You're like, happy days. So, everything else was rubbish, but the takeaways were great. But no, I just loved it. I loved the team aspect. Like Les and Declan down there, they've got it. They're like really nice guys and nice coaches, and it's not just about the rugby, it's more about the kind of lifestyle and spend time with the family and different things. So no, honestly, great club, really good club.
How does that work? Did you just get a call for the agent to say London Irish are keen, or
basically I get a phone call. Glasgow were offering, giving me, I had to pay them to play. And then London Irish come in and said, "Listen, we'll give you this," and I'm like, "All right." So no, it wasn't even the matter of that. To be honest, it wasn't really the money. It wasn't. It was about getting down and experiencing something different. I'm not going to lie. I'm born and bred, and never been anywhere else, and I wanted to try something completely different. And it was the same with the wife too. She was the same. She said she wanted to go and try something completely out there, and we just done it and up and left, and that was it. And it was just an experience. I love doing something completely out there, and I also think with this new competition going over in America, I would love to do that. I think that's great. It's not all about the money; it's about the lifestyle, about different experiences, different things, and the same with the kids too. It would be class to be over there. It really would be.
How funny is it seeing Brycey and Ashy in LA, where
unbelievable.
Every picture Brycey takes has got Gitto or Adam Ashley Cooper in it, and the sunshine, and it's like
dancing.
That would be all right.
No. Oh, it would be 100%. They're walking down, and then they're walking down the beach, and then they're on the promenade or whatever it was. There's a movie going on or a series going on with the guy from Home Alone, and you're just like. I'm just kind of itching. I sent a message that said you have to stop posting these pictures. You have to, because you're really depressing me. I'm stuck in Ayrshire in the piss and rain, and they're over there sunning herself, getting a tan. Like, all I would give her a bit of sunshine. You know what I mean? Today was all right. Still quite taps off weather, but like, was it 12 degrees or something like that? So you're still kind of, it's not quite getting my taps off, but God helps everybody when it does get to taps off weather, because I'll be kicking them out in my van with my top off, shouting "Oi oi!" so yeah, quite excited.
I love it. I'd love to see you in America. You'd be carving it up, especially in the white kit as well. How good does the white LA kit look?
Oh, mate, I would be. Oof. You ever heard the Ripples? The Ripples. You see the bars? Oof. They'll be sponsoring me, Ripples, Galaxy Ripples, LA Ripples, we should be called.
Have you ever had what's it called? A Guiltini? Have you ever had a Guiltini?
No, never.
You got to wonder about a team that's named after a cocktail. That's pretty impressive.
Obviously, flashing the cash, yeah.
What do you think the Air Super 6 team should have been then? If it wasn't the Air Bulls, what would it have been? Air Bucky.
The Air Bucky there. I don't actually know. There was a lot of people asking me, and I'm just like,
Air Snakebite.
Aye, something like that. Aye, something like that. Aye, I don't actually know. I think the Bulls actually kind of do it justice, and there is. I know there was a lot of kind of upset people when you've got the Hamilton Bulls and the different things they were like, you're stealing our name, but like, you know what I mean? I think it works down there because of the farms, and there's a guy down there called Crazy Bill, aye, Crazy Bill, and aye, just total, aye, he's got screwless, but he's a nice guy, really nice guy. Aye.
A screwless and a really nice guy. Where else could that be?
No, but he's a good guy. He's one of my mates, actually. He's one of my mates. But no, again, I think that the name kind of suits it well. So,
when you went down there, there's a lot of this. The Pro 14 is one thing, and rugby in England's another thing. Did you see any difference?
No. There was just a lot bigger boys. It's more. What was I would say? It's more kind of forwards orientated, 100%. But yeah, you've got some good backs. You know, they try and kind of scrummage and maul quite a lot. But I think the Pro 14 is quite fast. Like really fast. I think it's just more bigger boys. It's quite similar to like the French leagues over there. So as I say, I really enjoyed it. It was something I always wanted to do, and I didn't want to look back in my time and say I wish I did it. And that's how, you know what I mean. That's what I'm kind of thinking in life now. If I get a chance to do some different things, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to take it. So.
Who did you? Because you'd have played against pretty much every prop in the Pro 14 for however long, and you'd know them. Did you go down there and you played against a prop and you thought, I can't wait for a crack at this guy, or he's done something I've never had before, or that was easier than I thought?
There was a lot. There was a lot of good props there. Dan Cole's different. Like, I mean, he's quite straight legged again. I think he was one because he was obviously the English prop at the time. The other boy from Exeter too, Thomas Francis was another one. He was a good prop too. So there was some good props that I just couldn't wait to kind of play against. But again, it's just I just get excited for the game. It's not about who you're playing. It's just to run out there and again play with your mates and do something special and try and get a win and then get absolutely steaming after it and celebrate.
What's the Scotland moment that you're going to hang on to?
I always say, and it's back to my first cap. No, for the reason of getting my first cap was actually just so my mum and dad at the time, I wasn't on that much money at the rugby at all, and mum and dad couldn't afford really to come over, and my wife too. I think she was still at uni at the time too. So they couldn't really afford to come over to Texas to see me play. So I was pretty gutted that they didn't get to see, because obviously it's not just myself that's been through all this stuff, it's my family also. And the best bit was actually looking up, and my agent at the time, Sandy Service, he used to own a company called Peveril. He now owns a company called Fusion Sportswear, so he owns that. So him at the time, and another guy too, I can't think his name, will come to me anyway. Chestnut, he owns the Chestnuts in there anyway. really nice guy, and they both just pitched together and paid for mum and dad's flights and my wife's flights to come over and hotels to surprise me. So Sandy was my agent at the time. He just kind of acted upon my agent. And yeah, they paid for them, and then singing the national anthem, pretty proud moment. And I looked up, and then there's my dad with his kilt on, sweating buckets in the desert, you know. And then my mum there too, and my wife, and it was just a moment. And then obviously Sandy was there too, so it was just a great feeling just to look up and see them, and that. And it just that's what lives with me for all the moments. You know what I mean? I could have said like the England game, like when we beat them again. It's a team you always want to beat. It's not there's no anything against them. It's just that's a team you want to beat. So there's a lot of kind of moments, but that one that stands out is obviously looking up and seeing my mum and dad and my wife singing the national anthem.
And that's quality, because to me that's a reflection. Folk did good stuff for you. They wouldn't have done good stuff for you if you weren't doing good stuff for yourself or for others, or a strong representative. So I love that. To me, that's a massive sign. I love it. So Gordy, we're now looking at this next little phase of what's going on, and you tweeted on Sunday night, and as soon as I saw it, I thought, if I can help this guy, I'm going to help him. I sent you a message. 30 seconds later, the phone goes. So we're looking for lots of interaction here. We want questions in. If you've got a question for Gordy, stick it in the comments. This is live, people. This is the first Happiness Is Live broadcast. If you've got questions, if you've got comments, get them in. Gordy, explain to us, let's start from the beginning. Why now, and what is it that sparked you to try and make something good happen?
So it's been actually aimed for since my dad died. So my dad died a year ago on Sunday there, 28th of March. So just as the lockdown kind of started, he had a major heart attack, and just kind of turned the life around, to be honest. I can still remember the day of it. It was my sister's birthday, the 28th of March, and then we went to. I was in my bed, and then as soon as the phone rang, I just knew it was my sister, and I just sprinted over to my car, straight over. She didn't even need to say anything of what was happening. I just knew. I knew something was not right. Sprint over to my mum and dad's house, and I just see my mum in pieces. And my mum, like my mum is, she's the strongest woman you'll meet. If you want to go in for a fight or anything to back you up, my mum's a woman. And to see, honestly, unbelievable. And to see her broken down and the way she was, and then obviously the paramedics were up working on my dad, was quite. It was scary. It was just something I've never ever experienced. I would hate anybody else to kind of experience that. And then obviously I spoke to mum. She's just shaking, and she's saying, "Oh, he's up there. They're working on him upstairs. I think he's had a heart attack. I've tried to resuscitate him. I couldn't do it. And I just kind of got me going. I'm like, and then obviously they come down and said my sisters all come up. I've got 4 other sisters, and they obviously arrived, and then the guy said to us, "Listen, we'll try our best, but we can't do it." And we just all broke down, and I went up and said my goodbyes to him and different things, and I just promised him. There was a couple of things I promised that I would do. One was help the family and be the kind of man of the house, and the other one, I don't know why it popped into my head, and I always wish I went, but he always wanted me to go to a burn supper, was one of the things. And he always went to this burn supper in an Ambank, just down the road from me. It's a wee village, and it wasn't doing that well. And I promised I would go and help them, and I would make it a success. That's one of the things. Another thing I was obviously saying to him, I was like, I'll try and help just what he did, because he tried to help as many people as possible, not kind of through charities or anything like that, just through helping them through his own kind of working. He was a mechanic, so doing that. So anyway, so that was fine. And then I've got in my head now that obviously it's a year past. I just feel like I need to get my finger out. I need to do something. I can't just, like, I feel like the COVID and that has just swept quite a lot of things under the rug, and people have just kind of got like, oh, you know, it's just, I feel like I need to do something. I feel like I need to help people. I need to do. There's a lot of people struggling with mental health. Obviously, my dad passed away as a heart attack, and there's some other people and other charities that I would like to really help. Again, and my target would be 30 grand. I've got some stuff in the background, as you can see. I've got tops, I've got balls, I've got other things coming in. The people have obviously heard this, and they're sending me stuff. They're just saying, "God, I've got this. If you want to auction this, or you want to auction this." So it's just a bit matter of everybody coming together. And I know, it's like because of COVID, people are losing their jobs and different things. I'm not looking for people to say, "Oh, I'll buy all your tops off you for 30 grand." There you go. There you go. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for more to raise awareness of different things. And again, I could be naming different charities, but for just now, I just want to focus on raising the money, and that's what I want to do. Like, there is a lot of charities out there that I could help, and I will help. But I've got my charities in my head that I want to do, and I want to raise the money first, and then we can go from there. But my target is 30 grand. If I can get 30 grand, I'll be over the moon. If I can get more than that, well, I'll be taking my hat off and take my clothes off and running about the garden naked. But as I say, I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do videos. I do videos in social media to make people laugh, to make people smile, to stop them from doing something stupid, and taking their own life or doing something. That's the reason why I do these videos. And if I can turn that videos and turn all these different things in my exposure through social media and try and raise some money and raise awareness to different charities and different things, and to help people and to help Scotland as a whole and everybody, I'll do it, and that's it. And it starts off with I'm getting an auction sorted, and as I say, I'm just waiting a couple of wee items to come, and then I'll get this auction sorted on Easter weekend, and we'll get it launched. There's people even donating money to me already. I was down in there, and the guy came out and he says, "There you go." And then I've just had another phone call saying, "God, they put me down for this," and I'm like, "Great." And this is just people I know, and as I say, like my friends and close family and different things. But hopefully, I'll inspire different people, and for them to do something, else. I want to do a challenge. I want to do something different, something unique. As you've explained to you, like you phoned me, you messaged me in Twitter, and straight away I phoned you, because I believe if you act there and now and you go for it, that's it. Things will happen, and that's the reason why I phoned you. And it was fate. I always think it's something to do with fate. So anyway, so that's fine. So obviously we're on the phone, had a good crack, and that's what I want to do. I just want to make people smile, but I want to do it. But again, with this challenge, I want to do something unique, something different. I could go and I could run from Ayr to Murrayfield, and Murrayfield to Twickenham, to Japan. It is what it is, you know what I mean? I can do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. And I believe I'm mentally tough, especially after what happened with my dad and everything I've had to put through. There's some other things that I won't bore you with, but that happened. It was like a domino effect. But again, I feel like I'm stronger at the end of this, and that's what I want to do. I want to prove it and do something completely out there. I want it to be put to my personality too, because I want it to be totally different. As I said to you earlier about I was down the beach and I'm 19 stone and I'm going about in my roller skates, and people are looking at me going, "Look at that fat guy in his roller skates." And again, I'm not really caring, but if it's making them laugh and they're enjoying it, I'm not caring if somebody's laughing to my expense. Just as you said earlier, when you put that video up, and I thought it was great today, and I'm just like, that's exactly, we're actually like so alike. It's unbelievable. But I didn't really do that. You know what I mean? So I just want to do something different that nobody's ever done before. Like, people think, somebody was saying about climbing a mountain with a bath, and then taking Iron Brew up and having a bath in the top of the mountain with Iron Brew or something like that. You know what I mean? Iron Brew, get a finger.
We've got a message in. Ross Merrill's Gordy is a big lump of a boy. He was a good prop, played with Curry, and his idea is to push a scrum machine the length of Scotland and invite different props or hookers to help each day. And he's saying he's in. And you've already got a wee bit of scrum machine idea just bubbling away at the moment. So that, Roscoe, I will keep you in touch with Gordy if and when that happens. And I'm pretty sure Dunky Wilson will be drooling at the mouth because he's just got over the burnt steak and he's now thinking about Iron Brew and scrummaging, which is pretty much the perfect combination for him. Kenny Mack is in. He's saying, I'm in. Love that idea. So, Gordy, this prop family are beginning to form. They're getting behind you here.
Yeah. We'll have plenty of Iron Brew and kebabs and Mars bars and cola. We'll just prawn it together. 100%. I think that's a great idea. I really do.
Well, there's one from Andrew Johnston is saying scrum on the top of Ben Nevis. I'm thinking now, let's go for a world record. Let's have the 100%. Biggest scrum. Let's go for the biggest scrum. I wonder what that is.
We'll need to ask Nicola Sturgeon first. Nicola, are you here? Are you with us? Nicola S.
Do you know what we need to do? We need to have the biggest scrum. And who's your favourite referee? We could get your favourite referee to call us in.
Yeah, that's a good one, aye. That'd be a bit of...
although try to pick a favourite referee, how long
would you
try to find the referee that understands scrummaging?
Aye. We might just pretend one's a referee. I'll get somebody.
That we do the biggest scrum. Let's go for a world record. I like the idea though of the scrum on the top of a mountain. That's quite cool.
Aye, but how are we going to get up there? Mate, am I climbing a mountain? We'll get. Oh, there's a couple of companies I know they do quad bikes. Just get the quad bike all the way up. We'll do lifts. We'll do like a get them up, and then I'm like, I'm not walking back down. Get the quad bikes back up here. We'll get back down to the quad bikes.
Get some shuttle drivers. We need to get some drivers to haul up and do class. Right, Gordy, we're now getting people getting excited on the comments, which is great. Now let's have a wee look at some of the stash that you're talking about here, because you're talking about an auction and you've got the set dressing is impressive. So that's an Exeter Chiefs top. That's got to be pretty spectacular, I'm guessing.
Well, that's the Exeter Chief top. That's when they actually obviously won the league. This is all this merchandise is from COVID, the year of obviously lockdown. So the Exeter Chief one is all signed. There you go, all signed.
That actually looks like it's properly signed as well. That's not just picked up the marker and tried to do 23 different signatures.
Maybe some of them.
Folks, if you've got questions for Gordy, make sure you get them in the comments.
Just trying to get the dilly gin out of the way. And my massage tool. Anyway, we've got a Northampton Saints top. Obviously, one of my clubs that I trained 3 times with them, and then COVID shut us down.
And happy memories at Northampton. If you've got any suggestions, Gordy really is up for anything. He's talking about roller skating or scooting so if you've got any ideas, get them in there. We're beginning to get some ideas here, Gordy. That's a quality looking Northampton shirt.
Yeah, that's a Northampton shirt that I've trained with them 3 times. 3 times. Highest paid ever professional rugby player to be trained 3 times with the club, and then obviously Boris shut us down. Silly coronavirus shut us down. And then we've got the Saracens top. That was a year obviously get relegated, which is quite unique and different, I would say. So again, Saracens top there. It's quite small. It's not going to fit me. I would quite like to. That should be a challenge to try and see if I can get into this top. Look at the size of it.
Gordy, the brilliant thing is, with you showing this stuff, you've not got the site set up yet, but Duncan Wilson is already telling us that he's willing to put 500 quid in for the Exeter top. So I think this is up and running now. We're getting some great interest here. What other special bits of kit have you got to show us? Oh, yes, I love it.
So we've got the Bears. Roar! So I'll add that in, Bristol Bears, obviously they're doing well this year. Again, all signed, all the boys sitting there. Nice stripy. I like the way how it's how the red goes into the blue. And you can't see it, but there's a bit of shine, so it's sticky. Sticks.
Oh yes, I tell you what, Gordy, this is better than London Fashion Week. This is like Air Fashion Week, the way you're describing the kit there.
Yeah,
Hey,
and
Gordy,
then
here's
now,
a cracker. Gordy, here's a cracker. Listen to this
yep.
one. Scott Cantley, brilliant guy, really supportive guy. He's saying similar happened to us 3 years ago with his dad, and it's been strange. But look at this. Taking that theme you had to speaking to your old man. How about hosting the world's largest Burns night?
Oh,
Because
nice.
that could be quality, and then not only could you be there, you could be doing a wee bit of speech. You could do the toast to the lassies, or you could give us a
What about
best of haggis.
what about we slick it and timorous beastie? What a panicking now, beastie.
There
Now
you
needn't
go.
start a wassy wasty with bricker and brattle, because I believe they're on the cheese tea with mutter and pattle.
Love it. You can take the boy out of air, but you can't take air at the boy. Now, Johnny McClung, who you'll know.
Oh, yeah.
He's asking if you've got any Mar tops. Is there any Mar kit there?
Mar tops. I've got quite a few there. Yep, I've got quite a few. If you're looking for any electrician at all, do not go to PWR because they're absolutely stoshing it. It's stoshing it. No, Johnny's a good guy, really good electrician.
Well, you're covering that up now.
I know, because he's my mate, and I'm like, he's going to give me 500 quid at his company, so we'll hold him to that. He doesn't know yet. He doesn't know that yet. He doesn't know that. But again, if he doesn't, he's going to get knocked to crap.
He's just sent an emoji with his hand on his head going, oh no. Johnny, brilliant to have you here though, Johnny. Get the rest of that Mar are loaded. Get them on here. Tell your friends to get on here and support Gordy. They're laughing here, Gordy. Susan Turner, a brilliant lady. I was speaking to her today. She's saying she's enjoying reading the subtitles because they're really struggling with Gordy. Because on Facebook it comes up with subtitles for these things. So I would love to know how that went. I'm going to have to watch it back and look at the subtitles when you were doing your Rabbi Burns.
They'll be like, what's that? That doesn't even make sense, all that stuff. I done that when I was about 10 years old, and I've got a wee bit of dyslexia. Again, dyslexia. Why make it such a difficult word to spell? I put it on my thing for Twitter, and I had to ask the missus how do you spell dyslexia? Dyslexic. So she was laughing. But again, when I was learning that, my mum actually played it because mum's really good at her Scottish things too. So she played it, and it was the old. Remember the what's it called? Home Alone. When he's got that kind of recording thing.
Yeah.
Home Alone. So she recorded it in that, and I went to my bed sleeping with it. And it kind of worked. I woke up the next day and knew a wee bit of it, but that's what I done to learn it. And everything I kind of try to do, I always try to speak it in and then learn it. So there's a wee tip for you now. So,
nice. I like it. There's ideas coming in here, Gordy. Absolutely class. Dunky Wilson, he organises the Crusaders, which is cancer support and rugby team, and he's saying a Crusaders team against a Reedy select, a big Gordy select. So we could
I'm definitely a 10. I'm definitely a 10.
Right, I'm definitely not at 10 against you. Then. we could have a big game and then all go somewhere for the Burn supper.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Or a kebab. A kebab. Let's make our own.
Haggis kebabs.
Haggis kebabs. I'll ask a guy at Munchie King down the road. his name's Azid.
Munchie King, yes. So on the bus, right? We've started off. He gave us KFC, McDonald's, Subway, Greg's, Burger King, and now we're on to the Munchie.
No, but see the Chineses down there, the kebabs and all that kind of stuff. Not that I touched them. Not that I had any. I didn't try them. I fell out with the Chinese guys because I went in Scotland. If you spend about 40, 50 quid, you're walking out like everybody's looking at you. They know you spent a fortune. You're walking out with a cardboard box. They know you. You're like, he spent about 40, 50 quid in there, and you're walking out like you're like a king. I have a feast. And then down there, I spent honestly, my mate came down. I was like, I'll get it. It's fine. Expecting them to walk out with like a big container because that's about 70 quid, right? This guy's, I think his name was Kevin or something like that, down there. And then he walks out with this paper bag. I I was like, Kevin, I've just spent 70 quid. And he's like, obviously I wouldn't do his accent, but he's like, you spent 70 quid. I was like, well, I'm expecting like I'm having 2 boxes, not a square bag.
And couldn't they be any more a stereotypical Scotsman in London moaning
raging,
about how much
absolutely raging. Well, we're eating beans and toast at 9 o'clock at night. This was at 7. I was eating beans and toast by 9 o'clock. Raging, disgust. I was raging, and the same with the kebab too. I was like, I said, can I have some chicken pakora? And I was like, no bother. 4 bits. Not even like a sack of it. When you get pakora down there, it's like you've got a sack of chicken pakora. 4 bits. And then to even top it off, and brew.
You're telling me London Irish is this, that, and the other. You're talking about KFC in it, but actually you had an absolute shocker, and that's why you came home.
The takeaways were just not up to it. I was even going to think, I'll invest in it. I'll invest in a Scottish Indians to go down there and start making kebabs and proper kebabs and everywhere like that. They'll just go from all round London. Oh, we're going to Gordy's. What's Gordy's? Oh, Gordy's the local Indian cuisine. Yeah, we're going there, and we're going to get a big kebab, a Scottish kebab. No, in English, a Scottish kebab. Where you walk it with a box. No, a bag, a box for 50 quid.
Did you go and try and buy it with Clydesdale bank notes? Was that what happened? Did you upset them by using Clydesdale bank?
No, that's legal tender, by the way. How many times I've said that? Oof. I guess. Yep.
I love it. Ross Merrilees is up for anything at the moment. He's just messaged, better get back to the gym. Duncan Wilson's wanting him to play. He's wanting to climb to the top of a mountain to scrummage. I tell you what, Ross Merrilees, you've inspired somebody. You said you wanted to inspire somebody, and you've got Ross Merrilees absolutely hooked. He's in. He is in.
We have got something in the pipeline anyway. Been speaking to some good people. So we'll try and make something happen. Even if we don't, that's not the main thing, or we can do a few things, 100%. So I'm looking to raise as much money as possible. So I know my target is 30 grand, but we are looking to raise as much money as possible.
So this is kind of sparked, Gordy, because of an anniversary, right? So, you know, this March is always going to be a time where you think about life and your old man and what you said to him. So is there maybe a chance here now then to plan for a year? Let's see what we can fill a year with, so that we can do things like maybe the Burn Supper could be the final announcement. Listen, we've now raised 130 grand and we started with wanting to aim 30 grand.
100%. No, 100%. It's something I want to do. As I say, I'm an ambassador of a charity down in there too, called Whiteley's, and I'm not obviously stopped supporting this charity. I think it's a great charity. It's basically for kids with their whole family if they've got any illnesses. Basically, just going there and having a good time. There's PlayStations there, Xboxes, there's animals, there's parks, there's different things. It's 2 bungalows, and I think it's a great charity, and I'm just honoured to be a part of it. So that's another charity I'm helping out all the time anyway. This is just completely separate. As I said, there will be money going to this charity also. But again, it's just separate to something that I want to do. And I want to do for my dad. I want him to be looking down. I believe he's up there looking down. And there is signs that again, people will be thinking it's totally weird. But you know, I mean, I do speak to him sometimes, and I do go around to the grave and different things. And every time I see a pheasant, we were actually fortunate enough to get a pheasant. I know it sounds. I'll get to the point that he was a gamekeeper. He had his own shoot, and he would probably rather befriend a pheasant than actually shoot it. Basically, because he was absolutely rubbish at shooting. he had the shoot for about, I don't know, I'm going to say, I was alive probably about 30 years or so, and the older he got, the worse he got at shooting. He always tried to get me up there, but anyway, when we got him to the grave and different things, we got him to the grave in his tractor. He was into his vintage tractors also, but when we got him to the grave and we were letting him down, I was saying my piece and talking about them and different things. And then at the end, we let a pheasant go. And every time I see a pheasant, I always, before I used to try and hit the pheasants, but now I'm like, like I believe that's he's part of them, and there is, and there's a big sign when we were outside the house, and we're in a wee village, and it's not very often at the bifolding doors there's a pheasant right pecking to try and get into the house. So I believe there is things, and I think there is signs, and there's a reason why obviously I've put this message up and you've got it, because as I say, we are so alike. It's unbelievable when it comes to different things. So,
well, here's one for you. You believe in fate. Lazy Pheasant are a cracking company, brilliant company, and now just sent their first load of tartan rugby balls to America, and I know the person that runs Rugby Canada on Twitter has bought a Lazy Pheasant rugby ball because they sent a message back. So Gordy, here's a message for you. Genuinely one of the nicest guys I've met. Bumped into him into the supermarket, and I bet he cocked his right. I bet he was ready to chin you if you bumped into him. He couldn't have been nicer. kind and down to earth. Well, I think everybody's getting a vision of that, Gordy. So Lazy Pheasant, you're in. We're looking for prizes. We're looking for all sorts. So Lazy Pheasant are on board, I'm guessing, Gordy.
Good Ayrshire company, that. I met her in the local supermarket, Tesco's. Know that shop in Tesco's. I'm an Aldi's man. Aldi's.
Right. Well, right, here you go. Aldi, right? This is how good my packing is at Aldi. I had to tell the girl the other day to hurry up. That's how good my ninja packing is. And I'm going to let you into two secrets here. There are two secrets here. One, you need to get the big IKEA bag, right? First one.
Yes.
Second tip is totally underutilized. Very few people go for it. It's the bit underneath the trolley. You got to use the bit underneath the trolley. That's good, and I'll give you a third one, which I think a lot of folk have, is a bag hanging on the handle at the back.
Handle,
where you put the light stuff.
You like your breads and that. You always make sure your breads. You always make sure your breads are at the back of the bit, so you're always putting them at the top. You're always making sure your bottles, like your sparkling water and different things, are at the front, and then you're just firing it in. You're like boom, 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 boom.
See, you're saying totally we're similar because it's all about preparation on the conveyor belt. You've got to get it right on the conveyor belt. You get all the heavy stuff front loaded. I had a disagreement 100%. With a colleague the other day who was saying she spaces out the heavy stuff. I was like, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. Not. You get all the heavy stuff at the beginning, and you put that as your foundations in all the bags, and then you've got all the light stuff. Last thing in, crisps, because let's face it, a 6-pack for 95p, you got to have at least half a dozen of them, and eggs on the top.
100%. Plus, kind of chocolates, as we spoke about before, ripples.
Well, do you know how I play that one?
Well, they're sitting at the top. When you put them into your car, boom, and you're like, I'm going to have a ripple. I'm going to have a ripple, and you're not digging in to get the ripples. You're setting the ripples at the end.
I kind of get what you mean, but one, you've obviously got more money than me, because if you're buying the branded stuff in Lidl, I'm going for Lidl's own brand Snickers or Lidl's own brand. They are cool, and I tend to wear lots of pockets. So that I then need to put, because they go straight in the pockets, you see, and Emma Weiss, none the wiser that I've demolished the packet for Oxgang's Lidl all the way, Aldi all the way home. So I tell you what, shopping, let's do that. There's a challenge. By the end of this week, you've been to Lidl or Aldi, I've been to Lidl, and we'll film we're packing.
Right, nice.
Right, there's a challenge. Nice. There is a challenge.
But then everybody will see what I'm buying. They'll be like,
I know.
Oh my God. Oh, Gordy, you're a... Oh my goodness, what are you buying that for? You look at the state of you. Get to the gym with Ross. Let's get in the gym, Ross.
I was in the other day, and they had kids rugby posts in the middle.
Yeah.
I nearly bought them. I thought I can't justify that. I can't justify $29.99 for a set of rugby posts.
I know. I bought a Hoover. Bought a Hoover, a good Hoover actually. Just have us a Hoover because it's upstairs, downstairs. Sometimes good to have a Hoover downstairs and upstairs. Saves listening.
You can't hide money being a 2 Hoover family.
No,
you cannot
hide
money. That's something else. Gordy, there's a great message in here for a guy called Gareth Glynn. Now, his old man, Scotty Glynn. Did you ever come across Scotty Glynn? Fabulous after dinner speaker, unbelievable human. Did so much for charity. Got honoured by the Queen. Fabulous guy. And his son has just left a comment saying, "I know what he's going through. I'm here to help." Because unfortunately, we lost Big Scotty, and he's actually up here. I've got a picture with him because he was very kind to me. I've got a picture. He's looking over me. You were talking about your old man looking over you. Scotty Glynn's just there. He's got his big toothy smile, just having a wee look at me there. So he's saying he knows and he's in to help. He's a cracking guy, and he's just started something called Bloody Rugby because Gareth he went and did bone marrow transplant, actually.
All right.
He donated bone marrow, I think. He might correct me. He might correct me here. Ross Merrilees is already in saying Scotty Glynn was a great lad. Absolutely. Gordy, you and Scotty Glynn would have changed the world. If the two of you had met, it would have been unbelievable. Fabulous.
See, to be honest, I probably have. As I say, I've just, there's that many. There's somebody sent me a message. Stephen Kilmarnock for Kilmarnock. All right, Stephen, he's probably watching. All right, pal. He's like, I know, 100%. I probably will know. As I say, rugby community. That's what I'm saying. This is just great.
He does a story that is legendary, and he did it. They had a big event for him, and he tells this story about a Ouija budgie.
All right.
I'll send you the YouTube clip of this story about the Ouija budgie. It is, like, honestly, I've heard them do it live. I've watched the YouTube clip and tears. It is just priceless. We were talking about after dinner speaking earlier this afternoon. Scotty Glynn doing the Ouija budgie. I'm going to send that to you on YouTube. Gareth, I'm sorry. Stem cell transplant it was. Stem cell. And he went away doing to London. Cracking guy. And that all came inspired by his old man. And Gareth's done great things and is still doing great things. So he'd be a good guy to get on board. You're getting lots of folk, Gordy, looking to support. Lazy Pheasant are saying, absolutely, we're in. So Lazy Pheasant, I think they just want us to say this over and over again, so that they're on the podcast and they're on here. But good on them.
She's like, God, I'll phone you. I was like, there's my number. Just phone me. I'll phone you next week. This has been about 3 months ago. Oh no, she's phoned me now. She's phoning me. There's Cookie actually. Cookie just messaged me. All right, Cookie, old boy.
John Pennycook, is he watching?
I'm pretty sure he just messaged me there. I think he just said, I'm watching you.
Good guy.
But yeah, no, as I say, well, she was in Tesco's and she's like, God, I'll phone you. I'm like, no bother. I said, I can help you out. There's no bother at all. I can help you out, try and promote it, different things. No even heard a word from her. Now we're live. I don't know how many people have got viewing it. And then she's like, oh, yeah, we'll support you. Where were you a month ago? I'm only joking.
Gauntlet's been thrown down. Jim Leach is saying, what about doing a shift with some of the frontline workers as some of your fundraising? Now, Jim, I'm not sure how that would happen, but you're right. There's something maybe in that. He's saying a shift with the police, the fire service, first responders, nurses, mental health team, etc. Jim, there's probably some hoops to jump through there, but that's a great idea. That is a cracking idea.
100%. Aye, I would be keen for that.
And I
can give people the COVID jag too. I can give people the COVID jag. Boom, 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 boom. Fastest ejector in the West, you know. Boris Johnson will be giving me a medal at the end of it. I'll be like, here you go. I'll be playing darts. We'll get Gerwin Price involved. We'll get him out. He'll be darting everybody. Just stand the big line 2 meters apart. Gerwin Price will be boom, boom, boom.
Phone Nicola Sturgeon. How many have you got left, Nicola? Right, just give me the weekend. Give me the weekend and we'll have it sorted. No bother. Gordy, absolutely gold. Now, I was under strict instructions that this was to be half an hour, and we started 49 minutes ago. Gold, absolute gold. I love it. I love you. You've been absolutely magic. Now, folks, we're winding down, I promise. But what we need is for you now to comment any bright ideas that have come up. But what we want to do is keep this conversation going. So if you don't already follow Gordy, please get onto Twitter especially and follow him on there. Now, I'm here to help. I just wanted to help Gordy. I see a good guy wanting to do good things, and I wanted to help. And then I rope in my mate Sean, who is down in London Village, laughing at how much it costs for a Chinese and a kebab, but a brilliant guy. There's Gordy's Twitter handle. It's ggreid87. Get onto Twitter, give him a follow. Contact me through Facebook or on Twitter, and I'm there to help out. Anything you send to me, I share with Gordy. This is about us coming together as a community, as a rugby family, doing good things and getting behind a man that I think we're already seeing is massive heart and somebody who's wanting to inspire. Gordy, we're now looking at the next timeline. So talk us through, when are you planning to have the auction site set up for?
The auction site was set up for the weekend, so it'll be the weekend of the Easter weekend. So we'll try and get that done. I'm just waiting, as I say, I'm waiting a couple of unique stuff. Chris Boyd has sent me something through, so hopefully he's watching and gets his finger out and sends some stuff. And I've got some other people too sending me some stuff up. So as I say, I'm just looking to get as much stuff as possible, and then we can then get it put out there. It's been great that just with everything it's been such a short turnaround and just a short thing. I mean, I've just literally put post up, and it's just everything's kicking off. And there's a lot of other podcasts wanting to get involved and getting on their podcasts and different things, and I think that's great. But the most important, I'm not looking for any followers. I'm not looking for any exposure. I'm not looking for anything about me. It's just about, I want to raise as much awareness and much money as possible to dish out to these charities, and as I say, the first major one is the British Heart Foundation, and then we can go from there. I want to help as many people as possible.
And the bit I love, Gordy, and I hear all of that you're saying. It's important that people follow you, so we're hearing the messages and we spread the word, but you want people to have fun as they go along, and you want 100%. This to be a memorable journey. And you said to me that you like to reply to folk and you like to get involved with folk because you love being with people, and hopefully we're going to get a chance to do things back together again. So some of this, we hope we're going to get to meet you face to face.
Yeah, no, 100%. As I say, I just do. I want the main thing is, I'll still post my videos, my stupid videos that I do. There was a video I posted actually because obviously my business, and I was actually sanding the floor, and I'm thinking, less than 4 months ago, I was at the World Cup playing against Japan in front of 80,000 people. Now I'm sanding a floor, and I'm like, how's this work? How's this work? And that's it. But there's somebody just sent me a message. Why don't you set up a boxing match against Gregor Townsend? All right. Why do I not set up a boxing match against Gregor Townsend?
We're not having any boxing. I'm keeping you fit and healthy so we can get you a gig in LA. You need to behave yourself.
Hopefully Gregor's watching. I'm only joking, Gregor. I'm only joking. They comment. He'll be like, Gordon, get on this cookie. This cookie back texting me. He'll be like, Gordon, no chance.
Behave yourself. He'll be telling you behave yourself. He's
not at all. No, me and Gregor actually going pretty well. I actually miss him. He's not phoned me for a while. He usually kind of phones me for a wee chat. And I've not heard from him. He's too big time. Maybe getting to the Lions. So
it's because a chat with you is not a short chat. Now I've been called a hard man to have a 10-minute conversation with. You phoned me the day, and then when you finished, you went, "We've been on the phone for 25 minutes. I can't even remember what I was doing." And then you disappeared under a stair somewhere, and I thought you'd fallen down a hole.
No, that's what happened, because I was back up to get some stuff underneath my staircase, and then it's just a wee hole, and then I get stuck, and you were talking away, and I'm like, I couldn't breathe. I was stuck. And I was laughing too, because I was trying to speak to you, but I was too busy laughing, and trying to get out at the same time. I was like, I'm stuck, and then that's when I got up, and I was like, oh mate, I was just stuck under the staircase. Everything seems to happen like that. I mean, even before we got on here, nearly set the house on fire. I mean, all the smoke was everywhere. The wife's going mental. The kids are crying, and then I'm trying to get this set up to come on to see you, and I'm just like, oh no, unbelievable. But I had it all set up professionally behind me, and then it all went Pete Tom.
Jim Taylor's saying, shoulder dance, I'll pay to see.
How much is he going to? Do you want me to do it?
Is that,
naked,
no, Jim, we need to know how much you're paid. He's not going to throw out moves here for free.
I'll do a wee tester for him, or just a wee tester. I've not done a Gordy Shuffle for a while. People have been asking, you know what I mean? I could do a class with the Gordy Shuffle.
Nice. I like. Oh, yes. Online, instead of Joe Wicks, it could be the shoulder shuffle with Gordy Reid at 10 o'clock every morning during the Easter holidays. Because let's face it, we're not allowed to go anywhere. So
I know. 100%. I do a gym session too.
And you could double it up as advertising for your business, because you could do it on a nice shiny flare. You could have the mantelpiece done behind you. You could have a nice sideboard that you've done, and you could have all sorts going on. You could be holding on to things that you're wanting to have. Look at that.
Like do what the Edinburgh boys were doing. They were doing squats with microwaves. And I was looking at them going like, what the hell are you doing, mate? I was going to pick up the weighing and start doing like shoulder press with her, and then I was thinking, then I'll get a nice. You're right, probably a nice bit of furniture, a nice kind of oak sideboard, and just start doing bicep curls.
Yes, like it. There's Ross Merrilley saying yoga for props. Touch your toes, grab a beer. Ross Merrilley's, you've been absolutely gold. I think we need to send. I'm going to send you something, Roscoe. I'm going to send you something. Text me your address, Roscoe. I'm going to send you something because you are magic. Right, Gordy, you're an absolute star. I have loved the last 3 days chatting to you and getting.
Who was better? Let's put it out there: Jim Hamilton or Gordy Reid?
Jim who?
Yeah. and he's getting paid millions too. Do you know that rugby place or whatever it's called? You know,
do you know the best bit about this? There is more chance of Gregor Townsend tuning into this than there is Jim Hamilton, so we could say whatever we want, and it's never going to get back to him. Because as you said, big time, Jim. This will be on Spotify, so he might listen to it because now he's exclusive to Spotify because he really is. Big time.
Big dog, big dog. I remember at one point he was like, he's good Scottish accent. Gordy, come down to London. He was like, oh yeah, and I was like, because it was at the time he was going to go to London Irish too, and play at London Irish, and he's like, yeah, I'll go down to London Irish, and I was like, yeah, you going? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, no, I'm going. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm going too. But that's good. I said it was good. We'll be two Scottish guys at London Irish. We'll be loving life, you know. We go for coffees and beers and everything. We'll be like, the wife's away all talking, and then he's like, pulls out smoke bomb. Just goes like this. Gordy's in. He's like, he sends my message. Gordy, you signed your contract. I'm like, I can't wait. Boom. I'm no gone. I'm like,
I love your accent there became what Kevin Bridges does when he's doing his English
Leamington Spa
accent.
No, Gordon, I want to go to Leamington Spa. I'm not going to London Irish. I'm just going to leave there yourself. It was actually dumb. As I say, it was great anyway, but he did say that. True story. He was like, yeah, I'm going. I'm like, oh, great. Because I was trying to find out some information about it, different things, because he was going.
Jim Hamilton exclusive.
Boom.
Jim Hamilton exclusive.
Smoke bomb. I'm not going.
He smoked on Gordy Reid. Martin James Fraser. I spoke to Gordy after a Scotland game, and he came out and gave my young son his socks, and the boy was delighted. Proper gent. Boy.
Mate, they were absolutely manky. I didn't want to wash them, so I was like, there you go. No. I just see, to be honest, right. One thing that I do, I've done it a few times. I've like the Kilmarnock, I think I took off my shorts and gave them to somebody or whatever. But I always believe, and I get ripped the crap out in the changing room. Gordy, why you done this? Why you done that? But I didn't really care. I was more the matter of, if I can inspire that young boy through a pair of socks that I'm not really going to wear, that like I'm going to give them away anyway, and it's just a matter of, he's at the game, he's got something to tell his friends in the Monday morning and different things. I gave a guy my shorts in Japan, I think, and he wore them, and they were like, he was putting them on and all that kind of thing, and they were like, it was like a before and after, like The Biggest Loser. he just had lost all his weight. He's like, he's got them on. I think they're screwing him in it.
Standing like this.
A year ago, I weighed 190 kg. Now I'm down at the great weight of 96. I don't know where this English accent's coming from.
No,
but yeah, as I say, if I can inspire just kind of a couple of wee guys, just to do it with a random stupid picture that is before, like I always done a wee stupid selfie, and if I can just kind of do something stupid and make somebody else's day, and that's it, and it might inspire them to be the next. I was about to say Gordy Reid. Don't be the Gordy Reid. Be like a Finn Russell or something like that. He's getting paid too much money, or a Hoggy or something like that. I mean, if I can inspire them to do well with rugby, and that's what I want to do. I mean, I just think it's definitely something. So
quality.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
God, no, it's no. You're an absolute star. I've absolutely loved speaking to you. This has been a quality now over an hour, but absolute class. Right, Gordy, we're going to keep in touch, and I think we'll be back. I think this is part 1, and we'll see what the feedback is on Happiness Is Live, and see if we're going to do this again. But let's face it, it's doing hell for here.
100%. I'm also going to put up a Just Giving page for potentially people that maybe I'm not saying like every little helps. So if you can't maybe pay for some of these merchandise here, every so often I might do like a special one, like I might just do a giveaway, and it's no money, it's just a matter of just maybe retweeting something or doing something or following a charity. I might just pick.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Look at this. Scott Cantley, are you thinking about signing some Iron Brew bottles? That's an absolute stonker. You'd be gutted if your mum took it back for a glass check of 20p, wouldn't you? You'd be absolutely
But they don't do it anymore. They don't do it. But as I say, 100%, I'll be keen for that. We'll just get Iron Brew in the case, or if they didn't even return my messages, I'm raging. So they better get their finger out, or I'm going to change to.
They're about to get bombarded with a whole load of tweets for this lot.
100%. If they've not got it back to me by the end of the week, no, actually, you know what? Just bombard them with messages. Bombard them just like we'll start like a chant. Iron Brew, let's get Iron Brew involved or something. I don't know. We'll make something up. I'm really rubbish at chants.
Right. That's got to be a video we need to post. We need to come up with an Iron Brew.
But anyway, as I said before, I'll try and get some other merchandise, because I know the people out there are struggling, and I totally understand. So if there is like something, I might put away maybe some freebies that I can try and get a hold of. Maybe Glasgow Warriors will dish us out with something, or Scotland, or even any of the rugby teams, to be honest. Glasgow Warriors, Edinburgh, Scotland, or even London Irish, or whatever. Saracens, Exeter, maybe give us some more stuff up, and we'll give it a hand out to some people and do some stuff. But all that we'll just need is maybe like a follow to like a charity we'll pick.
Quality. Right, Gordy, get away and get your steak. It's been absolutely class. Oh, yes! I've not had a dab on the pod before.
I've never done it before. That's the first time ever.
But you did it very, very well. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and the only, the magnificent Mr. Gordy Reid. Cheers, fella. Speak to you soon.
Cheers.
Well, if you're going to go live, you might as well go with Gordy Reid, because I had no idea where it was going. It got a wee bit shaky there for a moment when we started talking about packing or shopping. I hope you've enjoyed it. I have. Thank you to Sean backstage, who talked Gordy through setting it up and got him out of a cloud of steak smoke. I have had an absolute ball. I've laughed a lot. He's already said he wants to make things happen. Well, he's made my day a wee bit better than it was before. What an absolute star. Get behind him. If you've got ideas, stay in touch with me and him on Twitter or on Facebook. Get hold of us. Send us a message. We're looking for wild and crazy ideas. The auction site will be up and running at Easter weekend. The Just Giving page will be up and running if you're willing to donate, and just get involved and let's have some fun with a big character that I think we're beginning to love more and more. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for listening. If you're on the podcast, you can download on Apple, Spotify and Acast. You can catch this on Facebook and YouTube to watch along and see if all of that did really happen. I have loved it. My name is Bruce Aitchison from the Happiness Is podcast, and my happiness is Gordy Reid shaped. See you soon, and thanks for watching. Love you very, very much. Have a great day.